So odd one out. So a tricky odd one out. It's a difficult odd one out. Okay, not a very easy. Okay, so they eventually reached the Solomon Island chain and the Banks and the Vanuatu Archipelagos. Okay, so something in case if I have to figure out, so I would say that somebody they reached Solomon Island. Okay, sea voyages by Maori people may have been reached Antarctica more than 1,000 years before the first European expeditions to the icy continent. So most probably they could be this Maori people. Okay, it is talking about some sea voyages and reaching the Antarctica. Okay, over the centuries, they improved their canoes and navigational technologies to travel much longer distances overseas. Okay, so again related to improving the canoes and navigation to travel farther. Okay, per PBS Wayfinders, a Pacific Odyssey website, the ancestors of modern Maori and the other Polynesians began traveling east from New Guinea by canoe around 1500 BC. Okay, by around 1000 AD, they had settled on islands across a huge section of the Pacific Ocean known as the Polynesian Triangle. Okay, um, so maybe all of the sentences, in case if you find out, they seem to be connected. Okay, at one go, you might find that the three is an odd one out because otherwise they all are talking about reaching, traveling, settling, another. Okay, but the correct answer to this question is option sentence number second. Okay, why there is a reason behind it. Okay, so basically, what is the theme of this passage? Okay, the theme of the passage is that the Maori undertook sea voyages to travel in a particular area. Okay, so let's say for PBS Wayfinders. Okay, but this is something about this is talking about, let's say, the other particular thing. Okay, they're talking about sea voyages but nothing about the settlement. Okay, and the rest of the other sentences are kind of talking about the settlement there. Okay, so let's see that per PBS Wayfinders. Okay, Pacific Odyssey. Okay, website, the ancestors of modern Maori and the Polynesians began traveling east from New Guinea by canoe around 1500 BC. By around 100 AD, they had settled. So they settled on islands across a huge section of Pacific Ocean, also known as the Polynesian Triangle. They eventually reached the Solomon Island chain. Okay, so again they're talking about the islands here, okay, and this is talking about the Antarctica. Okay, this is not talking about, which is not an island. Okay, so many people may have reached Antarctica, and this is kind of comparison. Okay, and this they improve their canoes and navigation to travel much longer distances. This is anyhow goes by the theme. Okay, that they eventually reach the Solomon. So over the centuries, they improve their canoes and navigation technologies to travel much longer distances, and canoe has a reference here also. Okay, so that is the case. And in case if you know a little bit east from the New Guineas, all these things. Okay, but Antarctica does not come here. Okay, so that is the reason that the second is an odd one out. Okay, so I hope you got this logic.